Alright, just a little bit of housekeeping out of the way before this video starts. I am now sponsored by Boss Labs, so if you guys want to check them out, then they will be obviously in the description as usual. They have G Fuel, X Tubs, stuff like that. They also have shaker cups, they have a shirt. So if you guys want to check that out, use the usual discount code that I have and get yourself a discount. If you do use it and you get some of the stuff, feel free to send me either picture of it when you get it or whatever, and letting me know that you used the discount code, or a selfie with it. Doesn't really matter. Either do that on Instagram or Twitter, and then I will tag you guys. Or not tag you guys, but I'll like the tweet, I'll retweet it and stuff like that, and I'll give you guys a shout out. So, also a little bit of housekeeping. The new Rogue Energy flavor Blue Raspberry will be out tomorrow. It's 2 days from now. I'm recording this on Thursday, but it comes out Saturday the 26th. So if you guys want to check that out, then feel free to use my discount code. Again, if you guys use that, you guys will get a discount, obviously, and then I'll get a little bit of it, whatever you guys use for it. Like, say, if you get a... because what I would recommend doing is they have, like, starter kits and stuff like that, but if you guys just want to get the tub of the Blue Raspberry, then what you can do is get one of the shaker cups. I have both of these. I've given away the gold one, like a gold starter kit. But if you guys really want to try Rogue Energy, then I'd suggest getting one of the starter kits, because it's $10 for the shaker cup, and then if I remember correctly, it's like $5. Yeah, it's $6 for a 3-pack, so you save $1. And then you can either get one of each flavor or 3 of whatever flavor. Honestly, my 2 favorite flavors right now, obviously Blue Raspberry isn't out yet. It would be either mango pineapple or pink lemonade. Those are pretty great. Berry pomegranate's okay, but the other 2 are definitely amazing. So, yeah, if you guys want to check either of those out, you guys can always get a shaker cup and the Blue Raspberry when it comes out. Starter kit and the Blue Raspberry, whatever, it's up to you. I'm just letting you guys know because obviously if you guys don't have a shaker cup, or if you guys want, one to actually represent. Because with me, I'm starting to collect shaker cups. Like with Boss Labs, they have them, so I'll probably get their shaker cup eventually. This one, I'll probably get that eventually. So, yeah, if you guys want to check that stuff out, that'll all be in the description as usual. But yeah, so this will be up Friday. So if you guys are watching this on Friday, the 25th of May, obviously the flavor won't be out yet, but if you're watching it past that, the flavor will be out, so you guys can try it out. I'll probably be getting it soon as well, as soon as I have the money for it, so I'll let you guys know my thoughts and stuff like that on Twitter about it. But yeah, so now that the housekeeping's out of the way, yeah, so I will see you guys in like a minute in the rest of the video. So yeah, feel free to check out the sponsors and all that stuff. Those will be in the description. Also, a huge shout out to all the sponsors I do have: Fear Scripts, Rogue Energy, Boss Boxes, Airdrop Crates, and then Boss Labs. Shout out to all of them. The first 2, which are Fear Scripts and Rogue Energy, I've had them the longest. So they've been really supportive and stuff like that of the channel. So big shout out to them. Big thanks. But yeah, so aside from that, if you guys wanted to kind of let me know what you guys want me to do a giveaway next, like what I should do the giveaway of next time when I hit 250 subs, feel free to let me know. I've done a Fear Scripts one, and then I did my 100 sub giveaway of Rogue Energy. So if you guys want to choose what the next one is, like a crate from one of the people or whatever, let me know. And yeah, I will see you guys in a minute. Peace. Hey guys, sorry this is going to be a bit quicker of a video than I planned. I might do a more full in-depth video on stuff like this in the future. But right now I just kind of want to give my thoughts on some stuff. The reason you have this pulled up is we are going through the Battlefield 5 kind of comments on YouTube and then some of the stuff on Twitter. I put out a poll about a half hour ago, or about 20 minutes ago more accurately, asking if you guys thought that, females should be in Battlefield 5 if they're trying to maintain the historical accuracy factor. And surprisingly, 67% of people so far, that might change. So about 70% of people think that, yeah, it's not a big deal. What? In that comment I retweeted, it pretty much sums up everything. And I saw this as well. I saw it on this guy's retweets. But this is not Battlefield. Like, look at this. This is... You have a disabled British woman, some dude that probably goes to fucking BDSM bars and shit, some guy with a bunch of blue Smurf jizz painted on his fucking face, and whoever the guy all the way on the left looks fine. Even the guy all the way on the right doesn't look too bad. But what the fuck is the third guy doing with like the blue stripe on like the side of his face? The fuck is he? What? You don't go into a war with a fucking tank top on. Like, what the fuck? This makes no sense. Like, to anyone that thinks that's Battlefield and that's actually... And to the people saying, oh, well, you know, if you, like this one guy, he, let me actually bring up the comment so I don't misquote him. He was like, yeah, there's no agenda, because my response was explaining, because some dude from a channel I watch basically he was trying to throw shit at people that were getting a bit upset at the fact that, oh, there's, you know, a disabled British woman in the my World War II game. I just kind of explained myself, and then this bright people decided to say, oh, well, yeah, you know, there's no agenda being pushed, you know, because disabled females were always in the war. I mean, what? I mean, who needs historical accuracy in a franchise that has pretty much been based on historical accuracy for the most part? I mean, someone else brings up the whole comment of, I think it was like weapons or whatever. Let me see. Yeah, the Guns of Battlefield 1. It's like, oh, the guns didn't jam. It's like, yeah, no shit. They're not gonna put in a fucking thing, and they're not gonna put a mechanic into a game where your guns will jam and then you can die due to no fault of your own. That's fucking stupid. They're not gonna make the game unenjoyable just to be able to say, oh yeah, well, there's your realism. Like, if you're sitting here basing your entertainment off a game depending on, oh, well, there's this many females, there's this many people of color, this many minorities, this many LGBT people, then gaming isn't for you. Yes, gaming is supposed to be inclusive or whatever. Anyone can play games. And anyone can enjoy Doom, anyone can enjoy Skyrim, anyone can enjoy games like that. But if you're sitting here like this person saying, oh yeah, well, women characters are fun to play, like, inherently, no, that's complete bullshit. A character isn't fun just because of their gender, their sexuality, their skin tone. That's not what makes a good character. And then there's this guy, it's like, oh yeah, why does everyone but heterosexual white men have to earn a place at the table? It's like, I'll show you guys my response. It's like, yeah, even fucking white guys, even straight people, everyone should have to earn their place. Obviously, if it's a historical game, put the people that were actually fucking there. And yeah, there were actually females or whatever in like the resistances and stuff like that. I have no issue with that. If you want to depict resistance fighters with female forces and stuff like that, I'm all for it. I have no issue with that. But if you're sitting here making it look like, oh, females were in the war just as much as men were, that is complete SJW bullshit. And I don't care about the whole, oh yeah, well, you know, equality thing. Fuck off. This isn't equality. Equality isn't something that you don't just deserve to be shown in a game just because, oh, well, I'm a female, so I deserve to be in a game. Fuck off. Gaming doesn't owe you shit. Even men. Gaming doesn't owe men shit. It doesn't owe men the ability to be in a certain game. But if Battlefield, which has, for the most part, been pretty historically accurate with their games that have been set in the past, if that's their kind of shtick as far as AAA shooters go, them throwing that out just to appease SJWs is fucking ridiculous. And that's why people get so pissed off, because, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, a game's a game. But that's the problem. Gaming it should be a fucking escape from all this SJW bullshit, from all the fucking politics. If I'm gonna sit down and play a game, or if I decide I want to buy a game, I'm not going to decide to buy said game because, oh, well, there's more females in it. Or, oh, you know, there's people with disabilities in this game, or there's gay people in it. I really like gay people. Like, are you fucking serious? If you're deciding what makes a game good and you're deciding what that quality is to you based off of sexuality, gender, fucking skin tone, all that, then you should not be playing video games like that. You should not be the kind of person to sit here and be criticizing games, because anyone can give their opinion. I'm not going to doubt that. But if you're going to sit here and call a game shit because it doesn't include people of color, it doesn't include women, it doesn't include LGBT people, then fucking stop. I mean, for those of you who don't know, I'm a bisexual guy, right? And I have not once said, okay, yeah, we need more bisexual characters in games. We need more Puerto Ricans in games. Because that's ridiculous. You aren't owed a spot in a video game, in a movie, in a show. You aren't owed anything just because of shit you can't control. I wouldn't want to have a bisexual guy or whatever just be thrown into a game just for him to be there. That's ridiculous. Saying that people, oh yeah, well females deserve these roles because they're females. It's like, that's kind of sexist. Let's be fucking honest. And then to the people that are like, oh yeah, well minorities should be in games because they're not shown much. Kind of fucking racist that you're assuming that everyone in that group wants to actually be in those situations. I guarantee you, not all females give a shit about, oh, well, we actually, we need these roles in games. Not everyone gives a fuck. And also, I think the guy mentioned something about Gamergate. Let me see. Yeah, he mentioned fucking Gamergate. It's like, dude, do you even... It's like, Gamergate was about the unethical practices in games journalism, not about, oh, well, females in games, blah, blah, blah. This has been discussed to death, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just the fact that people think they're owed things just because of their sexuality or their gender or their skin tone is fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't see how people are that daft where they think that they are owed things just because of that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So we've kind of touched on Twitter. Let's touch on YouTube, see how that goes. Saw this comment earlier. Not the first time I saw it. A lot of Not My Battlefield in the comments. Is this a Battlefield game? Not My Battlefield. Is this hell? Not My Battlefield. Don't pre-order. Yeah, which, by the way, don't pre-order games. That's a terrible idea. Do not pre-order games. Don't pay for something before you even have a chance to... Don't pay for something months in advance. That's ridiculous. That's abandoning the community that has supported their franchise for the past decade, at least, in favor of attracting as many of the casual crowd. Yeah. Literally, they're trying to appeal to the lowest common audience just because, oh, well, our actual, fan base that has stuck with us for decades, they don't matter. They're not the ones playing our games, even though they're fucking paying for them. It's like... being able to build... Oh, I didn't even notice you could build stuff. That's a bit worrying. Slower gameplay. Yeah, it's pandering. Like, this is ridiculous. There's so much... Yeah, I'm not a fan of gender equality, but it's like... It's just ridiculous. Like, we have reveal trailers like this where it's like, oh yeah, well, instead of actually having historically accurate gameplay, we're gonna throw in, disabled females because... feminism. It makes no sense. It's just... Honestly, I think if EA keeps going at this rate, Battlefield's gonna die. At least the Battlefield that I've grown up with. I mean, I'm only 19... But I mean, I've been growing up through PS2, PS3, PS4, all that kind of stuff. like just those generations of consoles, and then even some PC stuff. And seeing that people are trying to bring in feminism, equality, all these agendas, and they're trying to push them into gaming, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people telling me, oh yeah, well, in video games we need politics, we need equality. We don't. If a developer wants to tell a story of equality and they can tell it well, and it doesn't feel forced, that's fine. I have no issue with that. If a story is good and the gameplay is good, and the game is enjoyable to play and go through, I have no issues with it. But if we're having a World War II shooter, and then you're getting to sit here and say, oh yeah, well, you know, females, disabled females, black females in World War II, that's, you know, accurate or whatever, that's fucking ridiculous. They're trying to just, you know, shove actual history to the side just to please people. It's the same thing they did in Call of Duty World War II, and it's ridiculous. Like, it's fucking stupid. It's just, COD, it's not as big of a deal because I don't really give a shit about historical accuracy with those games, because I know they're not going to treat war with any actual, you know, respect. But Battlefield has been known to respect war and the stuff like that, and respect the actual events of history and say, yeah, this is what actually happened without sugarcoating shit. And now they're throwing in all this other sugary kind of shit just to please the audience that isn't really even going to play the game. I mean, if you're going to decide to play a game based on, oh, well, do they have female characters, then Battlefield isn't for you. It just isn't. My whole issue isn't even the fact of, oh, females exist or whatever, because they were in the war, just not much. So if it was like, oh, even if it was one female in a 60v60 match or whatever the size is, I think it's like 64v64 on PC or something like that. Even in a match like that, if there was one female soldier in all of that, that would still be a high overestimate of what the numbers actually were. And with that, I wouldn't complain. If it was a thing where it was just, you know, randomized or whatever, I wouldn't care as much. Like, it wouldn't bother me because it wouldn't be, oh yeah, well, I'm choosing to be female. It's depending on the battle. Like, if there were more females in a certain battle, and then they represented that in Battlefield, and then they had females there, that's fine. I have no issue with that. But if you're going to sit here and put every battle as, oh yeah, we can have a pretty much full team of females, that makes no sense. There is literally no truth behind that, and that's the biggest problem. Is that agendas are being pushed, and gamers are being forced to either just abide by SJW and feminist policies, or they're considered racist, misogynistic, homophobic, all this shit. I mean, I'm bisexual, and I don't speak for all LGBT people or whatever. I don't speak for all white guys. I don't speak for all Puerto Ricans. But if you're gonna sit here and tell me what I want and say, oh yeah, well, equality this, fuck off. Who are you to tell someone else what they want? Who are you to tell someone else what they need? This is the biggest problem with just culture these days, is that this bullshit false sense of equality is being pushed in everything. And it's not equality. It's, hey, let's reduce the number of white men. Let's reduce the number of straight white men, because straight white men are evil and we need to replace them with anything else. It's ridiculous. It's just something that shouldn't be the main thought process, but it's starting to become more normal. And that's not okay. I don't think it's healthy that so many people are just sitting here saying, oh yeah, well, you know, equality this, equality that. Western feminism is not about equality. It's about getting rid of white men and taking away white men's rights and giving females all the rights just because, oh, well, we have a vagina, so therefore we're better than you. You're not better than someone just because of your gender. You're not better than someone just because of your skin tone, your sexuality, or your race. That stuff doesn't make you a better person. Your personality, your merit, your accomplishments, all of that makes you a better person, either morally or whatever. If you're someone that does stuff for charity, if you're someone that helps out, if you're someone that supports, actual equality, then great. That's great on you. And I will always support that. But if you're going to sit here and spew the whole equality line just to be able to shoehorn in whatever you want wherever, then you shouldn't be the kind of person that is either in journalism or in the kind of sphere of, oh yeah, well, this is what, gaming should be. Because if you're going to sit here and try and say, oh yeah, well, their creative vision to be historically accurate offends me because, there's no females there wasn't as many females in the army back then, and that's how you base it, then you should not be in the way of professionally giving your opinion. And that's what most people act like they are these days, is professionally offended. Most people don't actually, give a shit about games being good. They just give a shit about getting as many white straight men out of whatever kind of media they can. Because white straight men are just as bad as Satan. But I've been ranting on. I might go in depth on this on some streams someday. I might do a podcast with some friends. We'll just have to see. If you guys want to check that out, feel free. Also, big inspiration of mine as far as doing these kind of commentaries and stuff like that is a channel called Rags. He makes amazing content. He's said some things that I don't fully agree with. Like there's some videos of his that I'm not a big fan of or whatever, but for the most part he makes good content. He puts his opinion out there and his stance. He does it very well. He puts it out there well. His humor is good. It's on point. Again, humor is subjective. Can't really use that as an inherent positive, but yeah, overall his channel's, I'd say at the very least his channel is worth a look. But yeah, obviously that's up to you guys. But if you guys want to check out the Battlefield 5 official reveal trailer, obviously it'll be there, but I'll put it in the description as well. And then I'll link probably Rags' channel in the description as well if you guys want to check him out. But yeah, if you guys want to kind of participate in polls and stuff like that over on Twitter, obviously feel free to follow me. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, all that kind of stuff. If you guys want to kind of support the channel through future giveaways or stuff like that, if you guys want to help those happen, subscribe, kind of share the channel around, check out the Patreon, all that kind of stuff. If you guys want to, I'd suggest Patreon just because you guys get rewards out of it. And it's not just a one-time donation and then you get nothing out of it. At least with the Patreon you get stuff, so if you guys want to check any of that stuff out, that'll be in the description. I've kind of ranted on for a bit, but I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, then feel free to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, turn on notifications, all that kind of stuff. If you guys disagreed, feel free to let me know down in the comments or on Twitter. Because again, I'd like to kind of let you guys know my responses to your guys' thoughts, and I kind of want to open up a dialogue. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys stick around through the channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next video on Twitter, wherever. And yeah, I hope everyone has a fantastic day.